Yo, what's going on people, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make hard beats for Future in the style of ATL Jacob and Southside. Let's get into it. Alright, so to start off with, I laid down a melody on a piano. I like to do things on piano first just so that I can get an idea of what it will sound like, and then I move on to a different sound. So I'll play it on the piano and then we'll show the other sound afterwards. So we're working in E minor, and as you can see, all the highlighted notes here, they're all the ones in key. And as always for these dark beats, you want to just be playing a lot with these one semitone changes. So as you can see right here, and then these two going between those, and then also one semitone change with a few other notes just randomly placed around like this, and then overall you'll get a dark melody if you just keep on playing around with one semitones. So yeah, I usually like to keep it with one bass note and then switch it up at the end just to switch it up a little bit, and then the other notes I make sure are a lot higher than the bass note, so then you've got a very full sounding melody. Okay, so then I switched it over to Blade of Canada, which is a preset in Analog Lab 5, which sounds like this. Okay, so now I just copy and pasted the whole melody over, and then it sounds like this. So for me, the key to these beats is going with a dark sounding pad like I have done, and then also switching between one semitones quite a lot, and then also switching it up at the bottom here. So keep a repetitive part and then at the end switch it up while having one semitone changes and dark sounding pads, and then you'll have a melody perfect for Future. Okay, so for the mixing on this, I've just used this EQ at the bottom right here to take out the lows, and I've also used this EQ here where I'm taking out a lot of the highs and the lows, and both of those EQs together sound like this. So next up, I'm using Shepherd's Horn from Omnisphere for the lead. So for the mixing on this one, I've just got halftime, and I left it exactly how it is when you first open it up, and without halftime it sounds like this. So when making this melody, I had the end result in mind with halftime, so when making it I put it in double speed, and then halftime just slowed it down and gave it a darker tone to it. Okay, so the last sound going towards the melody is called Double Lute within Analog Lab 5. And as you can see, I've just got this playing very basic, 2 notes at the beginning and then a little variation, as you can see here, one in the middle. You just want to keep these counter melodies very simple, so it kind of acts as a little phrase or an accent at the beginning rather than a whole melody. And altogether it sounds like this. And on this, the only thing I'm doing for the mixing is adding a reverb. And this sound here is panned to the left 40%, and I forgot to mention the lead earlier that I showed you beforehand is panned to the right by 40%, just so that they have their own space within the melody. And last of all, we've got a bass just following the root notes, and then altogether the melody sounds like this. Okay, so now onto the drums. I'm going to show you guys the hi-hats and the clap together first. Okay, so first up I'm going to show you guys the hi-hat and the clap together. As you can see on the hi-hats, I've got a lot of hi-hat rolls going on here, and then some lower note hi-hats, they just add a bit of texture to it. If you want a quick way of doing this, you can just press on this paintbrush here, and then if you drag it along, it will drag along a roll like that. Okay, so next up is the counter snares and the open hi-hats, and as you can see on the snares, we've got some snare rolls going on here and a few random notes playing here just to add bounce. So this is the drums all together so far. And then we got the spins 808. For this one I've chosen a distorted one, and on the 808 I've put the attack to 10%, so it's not too punchy at the beginning and it kind of fades into it. There are 808s that come like this, I just don't have one, so if anyone has one like that, please send it to me. I need it because this one doesn't sound the best, but it still has the vibe that I wanted. And then last of all, I've got a kick playing, which doesn't go throughout the whole beat, this just comes in at certain points, and it's just following along with the 808. and then as the 808 gets a bit lower, I've done the same here with the kicks, because when they were higher it just did not sound right, kind of clashed weirdly. And the key to these beats, in my opinion, is make sure that you've got certain points where different drums are taken out, so not everything is always playing at the same time, just adds a bit of excitement. And then when the main bit comes in, the chorus, make sure you got all of them playing at the same time, it just brings extra energy. And for the master on this one, I've just put a soft clipper. I do this on every beat, and then I've also hired these just a tiny bit, just to make the drum sound a little bit more crisp. And then all together, the beat sounds like this. Yeah, that's how I make my hard beats for people like Future. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe and comment down below what kind of stuff you want to see next, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.